Jeffrey Epstein's infamous files, recently unsealed, contain explosive revelations that could upend American politics. These documents, mandated for release by the Epstein Files Transparency Act, shed new light on his criminal activities and extensive network. Passed by Congress and signed into law by President Trump in November 2025, this act has forced a reckoning with Epstein's past. The files detail not only Epstein's crimes, but also his connections to powerful figures across various sectors. Their release has ignited a firestorm, particularly concerning their potential implications for Donald Trump. Jeffrey Epstein, a convicted sex offender, cultivated a social circle that included politicians, celebrities, and other public figures. His network facilitated a horrific sex trafficking operation, preying on vulnerable individuals. The newly unsealed documents provide extensive details on these crimes and the individuals involved. Flight logs, witness testimonies, and internal communications paint a grim picture of his illicit activities. These files confirm the vast reach of Epstein's influence and the shocking extent of his criminal enterprise. The release of these documents has brought renewed scrutiny to all who were associated with him. Donald Trump's relationship with Epstein dates back to the late 1980s and continued into the early 2000s. During this period, they frequented each other's properties and attended social events together. This included parties at Trump's Mar-a-Lago resort and Epstein's residence. Flight logs indicate that Trump flew on Epstein's private jet multiple times in the 1990s. The released Epstein files contain specific mentions of Donald Trump, including allegations of rape. One FBI case file, dated October 2020, includes such an allegation, though the source is redacted. The file references a limousine driver's account of a very concerning phone conversation involving Trump. During this call, Trump reportedly mentioned Jeffrey and made references to abusing some girl. An internal email states Trump traveled on Epstein's private jet many more times than previously reported between 1993 and 1996. On at least one flight, Trump was listed as traveling alone with Epstein and a 20-year-old passenger whose name has been redacted. These revelations pose several political threats to Donald Trump, including potential damage to his campaign. The files could lead to increased legal scrutiny and negative impacts on public perception. The controversy surrounding the Epstein files has also exposed deep rifts within both the Republican and Democratic parties. Populist voices are clashing with party leadership over the handling and implications of these documents. The timing of these revelations, leading up to the 2026 midterm elections, could significantly impact voter sentiment. Trump initially floated the idea of releasing the Epstein files during his 2024 presidential campaign. However, he has since claimed they are fabrications by members of the Democratic Party. Despite initial opposition, Trump ultimately supported the Epstein Files Transparency Act and signed it into law in November 2025. The act mandates the Justice Department to release all unclassified documents and investigative materials related to Epstein. Attorney General Pamela Bondi declassified and publicly released the first phase of the files in February 2025. However, the DOJ has faced criticism for its slow-rolling release of the documents and for redacting certain information. As of January 2026, less than 1% of the Epstein documents had been released. This has led to accusations of violating the Epstein Files Transparency Act. The release of the Epstein files has generated significant public and political interest. Many individuals and groups have demanded transparency and accountability regarding Epstein's network and associates. However, there is also skepticism about the completeness and accuracy of the released information. Some believe that the government is still hiding the truth about Epstein. The controversy surrounding the Epstein files is expected to continue to be a major political issue. As the 2026 midterm elections approach, these revelations will undoubtedly shape the political landscape. The Epstein files remain a ticking time bomb for Donald Trump and the broader political establishment.